toy car.
Sounds lekker, hè? Yo. So let's see how this actually...
Nice and dry now, actually.
Yeah, it is actually dry.
No one, yeah.
Very naughty. Yes, this thing slides. Lekker. It's actually flipping amazing.
It gets out real quick.
Yeah.
Like.
Right. Hi guys, welcome to Havoc TV on another episode. Today we have a very small car. It's actually the smallest car I've been in, but actually one of the most aggressive cars I've been in. So welcome Tristan, thanks
Thank you very much. Thank you, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, no, it is exciting. I'm even excited to be here. So just quickly guys, before we continue, don't forget to please like, share and subscribe, and at the bottom obviously don't forget to comment. We always like the comments obviously help us grow.
Let what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you think. And then also just quickly before we go on, and that's how easy it is. So yes, and also don't forget to also subscribe and like Tristan. So Tristan for if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's
yeah.
the
So
channel.
Tristan's channel. Go ahead and go look it out. Go check it out. And he's also got quite a few things. He's actually got the as it is they call the drift bucket.
Yeah.
He's got a series as well, so you guys can go check him out as well. But yeah, we actually go putting fuel now. The funniest
story
thing.
of my life.
Yeah, that's it. The funniest thing about it is the story of your life, and that is how this car is. Unfortunately, it's quite funny because you're about to film and then you have to go put in fuel.
I think it's my own fault. It's like I've got a lead foot, you know. So
Okay.
so that's on me. But
Yes. So
it's miles per mile, you know.
well, I would put in petrol the whole day, every day. Actually, to be honest with you, this thing is amazing. It's fun.
It keeps me broke. It keeps me humble.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, you took me around now quickly, and do you know it's the first time I've ever actually gone in a circle in a car.
You're joking?
I've never ever.
That's
seriously.
your first donut?
And I'm 29 years old, and I've never done a donut in my life.
Oh, that's an honor and a privilege. I'm glad.
Yeah, I've never been sideways in a car like this on a dry road.
Yeah.
I've only been sideways on a gravel surface.
Okay.
But I've never actually gone sideways. I've never actually spun around like that. So it's actually the first time. So
Yeah,
I'm excited. Yeah, there's a traffic cop now. I'm excited but also nervous at the same time because obviously it's something I've never experienced before.
Well, it makes two of us because I'm actually nervous to be on another YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like it's the weirdest thing. Like I'm a YouTuber, guys, but I'm sitting here and I'm like, how's my hair? Like, you know.
Because I saw you, like you tagged me in this afternoon, and I was like, why are you nervous out of all the people? I should actually be nervous. I'm on a guy's channel that obviously has a lot more. I mean, you've been around a lot longer than we have.
I've been doing it for a while, yeah. I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm actually nervous, and you can close the window for me, you don't mind?
Yeah, no, it's gonna get loud.
Yeah, it is quite loud. And yeah, it's quite small in here. I mean, I said to you earlier on, it's a small car, but geez, it is actually very, very small and very tight. But also, to me, it makes this car a bit more nimble. That's how I feel in terms of the the size
Getting
of
to
this
know each
vehicle.
other really well here, like.
Yeah, we actually do feel like we're like sitting on top of each other.
It
in
is.
here, eh?
It's one of those things. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it works. It's basically a go-kart.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It is like a little
Road legal
go-kart,
go-kart.
but just not a go-kart though. It's making a lot more power than a little go-kart.
Fair enough. Well, it doesn't actually make that much power. Like a lot of people are mistaken. They're like, oh, this car is like super fast.
Yes.
It's not. It's just it's super lightweight.
So what is the weight of this car, by the way?
Road weight when it comes out of the factory is about 1,100 kgs. So
Okay.
it's not a lot, but I mean it is a 20-year-old car, so you kick the sills and you lose weight because of all the rust.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's taxi right
Yeah,
there.
we've got some tech. Not a great road to be on right now. So yeah, look, I mean, we have removed some things. Obviously, we've tried to like keep like some of the noise reduction stuff and you know, the carpets and whatnot.
Yes.
You still have a stock seat,
Yes.
which is a lot heavier than the seat that I've got.
Okay.
But we haven't necessarily done any like proper like weight reduction stuff. So yeah, I would honestly, I'd say it weighs in probably just under 1,100, like 1,000.
Yeah, it's probably like 1,050.
It's
maybe
a one-
it's
it's a
maybe
one-ton
even, but
car,
you haven't
like.
actually measured. I mean, you haven't actually weighed the thing yet, though.
I
With
did
you in the
once.
car.
I did once when I went to Killarney, but if I could remember what that was before I went turbo and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. So
exactly.
I can't remember what that weight was, unfortunately.
So your car was obviously out of commission for a while.
Yeah. So long story with this car. Which out of commission period do you want to talk about?
Okay, so the latest one.
The most recent.
Yeah.
Essentially, I went with a couple of mates. We went to Iconic Customs.
Okay.
It's down there in Ridgewood. They've got a really nice circle.
Yes.
And I was showing off, to be quite honest with you. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I was limiter bashing and making flames come out the bonnet, which is not all that good for turbos.
Yes.
And although I had an original Garrett turbo, it bit the dust basically.
Okay.
The turbine wheel just decided it's too much, and the bearings collapsed. So it wasn't like an extreme failure. I could still drive the car,
Okay.
but it no longer made boost. And that was like my first giveaway sign. I was like, okay, it's not making boost anymore. What's going on here?
Yes.
Got home, and then I realized, okay, I could move the actual turbine wheel, and I realized, okay,
nah, then
the
it's
turbo's blown.
Yeah.
And then basically what happened was, instead of just running off and trying to get the turbo rebuilt and all that kind of stuff, we decided to spend some time doing some R&D.
Okay.
So we looked at a bunch of different types of turbos, and obviously I did a little bit more research on this car, because when I originally bought it, I bought another car that came with that turbo.
Okay.
And it was a Garrett GT 3071.
Okay.
Which is meant for a 600 horsepower car. Like it's good for 2 liters, 2.5.
Yeah, that's
that
what
kind of
I've
thing.
got in my car now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. And essentially, like, it was cool. I mean, the car made 200 kilowatts, but like it made it at 5,000 RPM.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was a lot of like, what? You know,
Yes.
like you'd
Which you
have
don't
like,
really want for drifting.
well, this is the whole thing.
Yes.
So I sat down with Dan, and he was like, you need to decide what it is you want to do with the car. Do you want a drag car? Do you want a race car? What do you want to do with the car?
Yes.
And I said, look, I like the fact that it's a road car. I want to do breakfast runs. Like,
Yes.
I want to enjoy the car, but I do want to try drifting. Like, I want to get into the scene. They're having events at Killarney now again, so you know, it's something I want to get into.
Yes.
And he said to me, okay, you need to go smaller turbo. And like, the idea wasn't great for me, because I was like, smaller turbo, less power. Turns out we made more power, and we made it a lot sooner. I mean,
Yes.
we've got full boost at 3,000 RPM.
Which is what you want.
Yeah, it's just
Ultimately, that's
the
what you want.
responsiveness is insane.
Yes.
So it's a lot more fun now, as you've seen.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's kind of what you want for drifting. I mean, you don't want something to break out. I mean, because what really happens is, with all that lag, you're gonna put your foot down, you're gonna get nothing, and all of a sudden the car's gonna break.
Well, this
It's
is
almost unpredictable the way it's gonna
100%.
break.
That's exactly the word. It's unpredictable, because especially when you run like bigger tires and different types of compounds and things.
Yes.
You know, sometimes it'll break out a bit sooner, sometimes a bit later, and
Yes.
you never really. It's kind of like, it's a guessing game.
So yeah, okay, so that's kind of what you've done now recently.
Yeah.
Because I know the car was out of commission for a short while. It wasn't too long actually, from what I remember.
It was
The
about,
last time
it was
I saw
about
the
2
car was
weeks.
at our breakfast run, the one breakfast run we had. But that was also a while ago. That was the last time I saw you, and then obviously COVID.
Yeah. No, look, I mean, it took us about 2 weeks, because we spent the first, I'd say, 4 days looking for a turbo, because I didn't really want to spend a lot of money on a genuine turbo and then decide, oh, it's not the right one.
Yeah, exactly.
So we were looking for a second-hand one to test, which is what we've got in the car now. It's a journal
But it's
bearing.
working.
Yeah, it's just a journal bearing turbo.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very happy with it. So now I know what size I want to get when I go
So
Garrett.
so what do you have in the car currently? The size of it? Are you willing to tell us?
It's a T28.
Okay.
Was the equivalent of a T28. I
Okay.
don't actually know what the compressor housing
Yes.
is, but that's essentially what it is.
Okay.
And I've just ordered a GT 2867.
I was gonna say a 67, yeah.
Yeah,
Would
the
be
new
a better.
the new GTX series. So basically, like, it flows like a GT30 at the top end.
Yes.
So they say so. I haven't really tested it yet. but that's what we'll be putting in the car next.
Okay.
So that should be arriving like next week.
Okay.
And then some other delays were just the fact that like we had a spider manifold, and we decided to go log style because I thought, okay, you know, we're trying to address the issue of lag. Let's just go log style straight from the cylinder into the turbo. You know, let's try and do a couple
Something
of things.
different,
Yeah. And then we like closed up the boost pipes a bit. We went 63 mil.
Okay.
And we also did a 2.5 inch exhaust system.
Okay.
So I was always running 3-inch and it was open pipe.
Yes, I was gonna say, but you're kind of forced to do that now because the car is so loud, and at the track they're not gonna
It was
allow
too
that.
much.
But,
It was too much. Like.
But I'm sure at the track they're also not gonna allow you to have what you had before.
Fair
It's a
enough.
bit too loud.
Fair enough.
Because I mean, you know, they're quite strict with sound.
This is the thing. I've never card please. I've actually never experienced like issues at the track because I haven't spent that much time at the track, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it sounds like a normal road car now until
Yes,
the
it
waste
does.
gets, yeah.
It does.
So now for sure we'll get away with it. So
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure.
I'm
sure
confident about that.
No, you probably will, because I mean, like my car is not as loud at this. I mean, my screamer pipe also screams.
Yeah.
But your one comes straight out the bonnet. So I mean, yours is like
it's in your face.
flipping loud.
Yeah, it's in your face.
And
you
but
can,
I mean,
you can hear it so well. You can hear the modulation. Yeah, so like obviously you can hear it so well. You can hear the modulation of boost. So when you're listening for it, like you can actually hear like, thanks man, you can actually hear like, it's not just like a scream, it's like tick, 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 tick. That's the electronic boost controller like actually letting, it's controlling the boost. You can actually hear it. Like.
So what engine's in here, by the way?
The engine is a very long story. Sorry, I'm just gonna close this for the window.
Just close it, yeah, close it. It's gonna be
Shall we
better
put
like
the light
that.
on? Is it gonna help? Like, it's not much light.
Yeah, it's fine. It's cool like that.
Alright. So the engine's actually a very long story because it's a swapped engine. It's not the original Mazda.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know, yeah.
So when I did this, obviously I bought a car, but the reason I bought the car was because it had a Mazda motor. And basically the idea behind that was I wanted to stay true to what a Mazda is, and it's a cold car because 50-50 weight distribution, it's super light, all that kind of stuff, and I kind of wanted to retain those features, you know.
Okay.
You could always put a V8 in it, probably for less than what I spent on this motor.
Yes.
But then you throw the entire balance of the car
That's
out,
correct.
and I couldn't see myself doing that, you know what I mean? So the motor that's in here is an original BPT from a GTX series Mazda.
Okay.
Which these BP motors were actually based off.
Okay.
So plain and simple, it's one of like only 2,000 that were ever made, and it came from a rally car, a 4-wheel drive front mount rally car. But it was turboed from the factory, so it's a cast iron block, it's a bit stronger. And yeah, I mean obviously we've been through the process, we forged it, I've got Weisco pistons, rods, we did the head over, actually spent a hell of a lot of money on the head, did the valve stems, the springs, I'm actually not that technically clued up on all the stuff. You'll have to talk to Dan about that, but we did a lot of work on it.
There's a lot of work on the motor.
We didn't need to port and float because I think it was already done, or like. But then again, also, you know, with these cars, like when you run 300 brake horsepower, you start looking at like gearbox and diff and that kind of stuff. And luckily, this is the NB2, so it's the facelift model which came with the LSD. Which is why it spins so nicely. And so I wasn't worried about diff, but gearbox is always a concern. And we're essentially now making the power that's like, okay, you can make this and you don't have to worry about the gearbox too much. Make any more and it starts becoming like a proper concern.
Obviously,
But
so,
yeah, that's
so what is it? So what is it actually making?
195 kilowatts and 340 newton meters at 4,000 RPMs. So,
but like Dan was saying earlier, like, so everybody thinks when you drift you need lots of power.
Yes.
But you don't actually need that much power, because the main thing is if you can't drift with 200 kilowatts, then you can't drift with 1,000 kilowatts.
That's exactly.
I mean, that's just the bottom line.
100%.
It's just going to throw you out even quicker. So if you're going to have more power, you're just going to end up losing control a lot faster than what you would have with less power.
I think any drifter, like professional drifter, and this is now not including myself, I've got a lot of practice to go and do. Any drifter will not tell you to add more power to your car. If you're struggling with getting it out, they'll say move to a smaller tire. Just if you have less grip, you can skid easier than if you have a massive tire and you don't have the power to actually you know, let it go.
But yeah, like a person once told me, I think it was actually, to be honest, I think it was Jason Webb's.
Oh yeah.
One of his pit crew guys that when drifting came to, like when they had this big event at Cape Town at Killarney, this guy was saying to me, he tried to explain drifting to me, and he says to me, well, drifting is basically like taking, and this is exactly how he explained it, it's like taking a broom in your house and trying to balance it on your hand.
Okay.
And I was like,
yeah.
Okay. So
I don't think I've driven along enough to understand that, but like,
and I was
that
like,
sounds pretty difficult.
And I was like, wow, that's hectic.
Yeah.
Because I mean, to try and balance. So in other words, all he's trying to say is exactly what you're saying. I think it's more what he was trying to say to me is that drifting is all about balance. It's about being able to take something and balance and keep it in the corner, but not give too much and not give too little.
It's a dance.
Yes.
A lot of guys have told me that it's a dance, and yeah, look, the balance thing makes sense because at the end of the day, there's many different styles of drifting.
Yes, there is.
You know, if you want to go to America and you want to do Formula Drift and you want to drive on the tracks that they have, which happen to be, you know, 45-degree embankments, by all means go and build a 1,000 horsepower car and do that, you know.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to do Maihan crawl at Killarney, you don't need the power.
No,
like,
you don't.
If anything, half the time you're going to be spending drifting, you're going to be decelerating.
That's correct.
I'm going back to where they are now.
That's fine.
So, okay, cool.
So it's more like a Gymkhana style drifting that we do in Cape Town, am I correct?
Yeah, look, I mean, there's two styles. Like, I think, you know, a lot of the guys, you've got the grassroots and the last chance guys. There's a couple of groups that sort of, they really embrace like the Japanese style of drifting. And then you've got, what's the other, there's a couple of other crews. Like, I don't really want to mention names because I don't want to like point fingers at people and then they get defensive about it. But you get some of the guys that, like the super drift guys, that they run a lot more power than these guys, and you'll see that their style is like a lot of smoke, that they burn through a lot of tires kind of thing, and it's more sort of power drifting. So yeah, look, I mean, it depends on the group, it depends on what they're doing. Like, again, a lot of the guys that are going to Killarney are doing it for practice and for fun. Then again, there's also the guys that actually do it competitively, and like there are championships and things like that. So again, it's sort of it depends. There's some people that it depends what they embrace. If that makes sense.
That's it. I think what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna throw in a clip of, I think we actually want to go and do some slides, if that's okay.
Alright. Yeah, cool.
And then we're gonna throw in some clips, guys. We're gonna put in some of the clips from the outside and obviously my reaction, because like I said, I haven't actually been in a car drifting and sliding before. So it's obviously you guys are gonna probably laugh at my facial expressions.
I'm smiling because I'm getting an excuse to drift, and I know.
Because you were like, because actually, so it actually drizzled a bit today, unfortunately. So he was like, it doesn't matter, I still want to drive, I'm still gonna drive, I'm still gonna slide.
Yeah, look, the sliding's not a problem, and I see the roads are dry now.
Yeah, they're much better now.
I'm kind of scared of trying to do a pull with you, and then, you know, we're going high speed and then it comes out.
Yes.
You know, that's never really nice. And again, you know, if I'm alone in the car, I don't mind being kind of crazy, but when I have a passenger, you know, guys, if you have passengers in your cars, you've got nothing to prove, you know. Rather, cars can be replaced, lives can't.
Very true, very true. Alright, so the camera crew is gonna come with now. They're gonna come and do some shots on the outside.
Hey, I'm feeling like proper famous today. I've got like 3 cameras pointed at me. I've got like 4 people.
I don't even get this, eh? I'll be honest. Nah, I hardly get like 3 cameras and the guys doing.
And we've got a mic over here and everything.
But it's a special. It's actually a very special episode for us. So yeah, I don't even get this, bro. I get normally we just. I mean, I don't mind talking to people and telling them. We normally just do our when we do in-car footage, we're normally just using one GoPro. So just quickly, why did you choose a specific car?
It was all I could afford at the time.
Okay.
I swapped my very first car for this car with a small cash difference. Okay. I had a Toyota Yaris that some guys might remember me with a full pipe intake at Killarney. First time I went there, they were like, "Oh, is this the Super Yaris?" And then I did a pull and they were like, no, it's a normal Yaris. So yeah, I saw this on Gumtree one day and I was like, I want a rear wheel drive car. That was the main thing. Like I wanted to be able to do skids. Saw this, it was a proper lemon of a car. I had no experience, I didn't know. So I bought it. I said, look, will you swap the Yaris? And the guy was obviously excited because, you know, he could sell the Yaris easier than he could sell this car. And we swapped it, and yeah, never been able to look back.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably don't. You know, you're probably not even regretting that decision right now.
I don't. Look, I regret not getting a daily sooner. Like after I went turbo, I got an i10, and like that's been the thing.
Yeah,
to
I was
do.
gonna say because we actually had this chat. We actually had this chat one day at
when I met you at Mr.
Yeah,
Turbo.
that's correct. That's correct.
But yeah, I mean, having a daily, then you can have a car like this. I mean, that would be my only advice. If someone's gonna build something like this, something raucous and rowdy, just get yourself a daily that's light on fuel.
Exactly.
You know, you can get to work. You can, if something breaks, you can still get around.
Yeah, exactly.
Uber and renting cars is more expensive than a race car.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. Like, so tip of the day.
But that is true, because I mean, I had to make that decision now. Also, I mean, my car stood a lot. I mean, there was like my car stood for like 9 months at some point.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nah, man, I need to get a daily. I can't have this all the time because I need to get to work.
And the freedom of being able to get into your car and run to the shop quickly. Otherwise, you like got to plan your whole day. You're like, okay, well, I'm going here. Can I get a lift? Can I do this? Can I, you know, versus
Unfortunately, so the people that don't know, I'm actually a teacher. So I'm a teacher by day and a wannabe YouTuber by night.
Yeah, well, there we go. There we go.
So so I can't afford to actually just miss a day because I don't have a car. As a teacher, I need to be there all the time.
Yeah, 100%.
For the kids. So I can't afford to just miss days because I don't have a car. So I had to think of that, and I had to obviously. So I've got my daily. You can see I came here with my Bantam Bucky, and then obviously on weekends.
Funny enough, I met a really good friend. I went to Killarney. I raced a Bantam in my Yaris, and we mates to this day. 5 years
Also
later.
a white one.
Also a white one. It shot flames because he took the cat out. That was crazy.
Alright guys, so we're gonna go take the car for a couple of slides now. This is gonna be exciting, and this thing sounds amazing, bro. Guys, can you hear it? It screams.
Yeah, it really does scream.
It flipping screams. Right, here we go.
It's your first time, we have to say it, like...
No man, do you know what you're doing to me now?
Making you
Now I'm gonna buy a rear-wheel drive car.
You have to, it's fun, it's fun.
Oh,
These are the things you can do with a rear-wheel drive car.
yes, dude. I think we're gonna go back there now.
Yeah.
To them. Just for that circle there, we can just see what we can do from there. Yes, dude, you really now, eh? You're making nonsense, I'm serious. Now I can see why guys love rear-wheel drive.
There's something to it, eh?
There's just something about rear-wheel drive now that I fear rear-wheel drive a little, I'll be honest. So maybe because I haven't driven rear-wheel drive, or maybe thrown rear-wheel drive cars around like this.
Yeah.
So I don't like. For me, it will be unpredictable because I don't know.
But that's the thing. It's
what
like
to expect yet.
Learn to drive the car before you become confident.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, look, this is the thing. You know, and when I first got this car, I was wet behind the ears. I was trying to be cool. Yeah. I was trying to show all my friends, look what it can do.
Yeah, exactly.
And I nearly saw my ass a couple of times. And it only takes once that you need to learn. Okay. You know, you need to respect this car for what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was also my way of building the car. I did wheels, tires, suspension, and I learned to drive the car with that setup before I went turbo.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's like what has saved my life.
Yeah, but I think that's important. I think that's an important lesson. Just because you have rear-wheel drive doesn't mean that you must just now, you know, every little corner you get, every circle you get, everything you want to just throw.
You bought a rear-wheel drive car. You are not chem block. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
And it's not about being cool or not being cool. It's more just about like safety.
Yeah.
You know, like literally, you can damage your prized possession, but more importantly, like you can hurt yourself. You know, and that's something. That's irreparable damage. You know?
Yeah, exactly. No, that's the thing, man. It's guys need to learn to kind of respect the car, man. Especially a car like this, you know, just respect it and rather just, you know,
rather be safe.
Yeah, man. So thanks, Tristan.
Only a pleasure.
Dude, that was I've never experienced something like that before. It was amazing, guys. After this, I'm gonna buy myself a rear-wheel drive car. The first thing I said when I got out, I told the camera guys, I'm buying me a rear-wheel drive car tomorrow.
It was an honor and privilege, man.
Yeah, no,
I'm
thanks so much.
happy
Really, thanks so much. I know you have a busy day. I know all of us are busy. I mean, I had to leave school. I got here a bit late today, but so thanks so much once again. Guys, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Also, don't forget to comment down below, please. It does help us obviously improve as much as possible.
Smash that button.
Yeah, please smash yeah, the notification button as well, please, because obviously that notifies you when we upload something new. Also, guys, don't forget we also at 10 at Durham Avenue in Salt River next to Powerflow. We do have a coffee shop as well as a detailing facility. Please come around, pop around. I think you also need to come.
Yeah,
pop
well,
around,
the whole
please.
team will come when the
yeah,
cars are
the whole
done.
team, because there is a team that's going to pop around there with a couple of drift cars, so that's going to be amazing. And then yeah, please don't forget to come around, come say hi to all of us, please. We'd love to meet you guys. And also just thanks to everybody that has been watching. We do appreciate the support. Also, guys, please go check out Tristan. He has been a YouTuber for a while as well. He's got a couple of things, especially on the drift bucket. He's got a series at the moment, so you guys can go check it out. He kind of tells you all the things he's done to the car and how he's built his car over time. And there's also
cheap cars, lots of skids.
Exactly, and there's a dyno run on there as well.
Yeah,
I watched the dyno as well. So he does show you power figures and how he's achieved it, and obviously how things has improved. So yeah, so please go check him out, and we will put his details down in the description box as well, so that they can go and click on there and check you out. So this is Havoc TV, completely disruptive.